Deal breakers are things that you absolutely cannot deal with in a relationship. And requirements are things that you absolutely need in a relationship. And I've been talking to an awful lot of clients about this lately, which is why I'm talking about it. But it's unbelievable to me how many people kind of generally have an idea. I say, well, do you know your deal breakers? And they can spout off a few things, but they're not behaving to support their deal breakers. And they can clearly articulate that this person has something that does not work for them, but they're still attracted to them, and they get this affinity that they, people, it's a fleeting thing, affinity. So people hang on to somebody because they've got that feeling for them, whether they're good for them or not. And it creates so much heartache for you. The biggest one I see about this is if you're at a point in your life where you're ready to find the one and start a family, because it'll help you weed people out. If you know that you're really, like, your biological clock's ticking, or you're just at a point where you're really ready to start a family, you cannot waste any time with somebody who doesn't want that. A girl just came to me for breakup coaching, and she was kind of devastated this guy broke up with her, but she was telling me that he'd been making comments about his sister's children, and how annoying they were, and how, why would anybody want to have children and things like that. And I said, that's a deal breaker for you. What made you not run in the other direction? And she came to me because he had broken up with her, and she was really upset about it. But the more she told me about the relationship, the more it was really clear to me that she should have broken up with him several months before. So that's my point. You need to have a really clear list. Write it down on paper so that you can internalize it, and then look at it occasionally if you meet somebody who's not matching your list. You cannot alter what your deal breakers and requirements are. So be really specific and know what they are. Honest to God, you can save yourself so much heartache when you meet somebody that you're really hot for, and as you start getting to know them, you start seeing the really red flags, your own personal red flags, which are your deal breakers, behavior that doesn't work. And that's your time that you really need to be strong. Value yourself more. To say, yeah, you know what, it's been really fun, and I really am attracted to you, but you're just not right for me. This is not going to work for me. And put yourself first. Let go. Does meet your requirements. Other kind of deal breakers are things like if you know that you have a hard time walking away from an argument, you absolutely need to have someone who likes to argue as a deal breaker for you. Because that's a really, unhappy relationship and just stressful relationship if you're arguing all the time, right? So, people who are highly argumentative are much better off with somebody who really hates to argue, who just doesn't engage with it, and then they kind of balance each other out, right? But if two people really like to argue, oh my God, that's going to combust, and you're going to argue a lot, which is going to be a very unhappy relationship. So make sure that you are absolutely clear what you need in a relationship, and which is a requirement, and what you absolutely cannot put up with, which is a deal breaker. And then you can never ever adjust your requirements and deal breakers to match some guy that you're really hot for, or some girl, right? It's like you meet somebody, you're really attracted to them, you start dating them, and when you see those red flags, which are personal deal breaker requirements, requirements are then a green flag, like, yeah, this person's good, this works. But red flags are the deal breakers that absolutely don't work for you. And really, deal breakers are more important. Knowing what you want is much more helpful than knowing what you want. Most people do kind of know what they want in a relationship, but you usually don't know what you don't want until you had it and didn't like it, right? So a lot of heartache by really making a concrete list of what your deal breakers are, and then standing by them no matter what. No matter how attracted you are to somebody, if they have the quality that is a deal breaker for you, you need the relationship as soon as possible, because you don't want to waste time with the wrong person. You really don't. I'm Donna Barnes. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos if you found them helpful. And if you need personalized help, I am available for private coaching.